The carnival had rolled into town, and with it came the promise of heart-pounding thrills and spine-tingling chills. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows across the amusement park, transforming it into a nocturnal wonderland of flashing lights and distant screams. My friends and I eagerly joined the line for the most infamous attraction, the decrepit and abandoned House of Horrors. As we inched closer to the entrance, the air grew colder, and an unsettling feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. The structure loomed before us, its fade a sinister caricature of a haunted mansion. The flickering sign above the entrance read, "Enter if you dare." With reluctant courage, we stepped inside. The air inside was thick with a musty ancient odor. Cobwebs hung from every corner, and the floor creaked ominously beneath our feet. The only illumination came from flickering candles lining the walls, casting dancing shadows that seemed to come alive. Our group ventured deeper into the darkness. The walls bore paintings that depicted grotesque scenes of torture and suffering. As we moved from room to room, the temperature dropped further, and I could see my breath in the air. Whispers echoed through the corridors, and I couldn't tell if they were real or a product of my imagination. We entered a room with a long, ornate mirror, its glass warped and cracked. I caught a glimpse of my reflection, but it seemed distorted, as though mocking me. The whispers grew louder, voices I couldn't distinguish, but they seemed to be urging us to turn back. Ignoring the warnings, we pressed on, each room becoming progressively more unsettling. In one chamber, lifelike mannequins wearing old-fashioned clothing stood frozen in macabre scenes. In another, we stumbled upon a blood-splattered operating theater complete with rusted surgical instruments. As we reached the heart of the house, we encountered a room unlike any other. The walls were adorned with photographs, faded and yellowed with age. The faces in the pictures were twisted in agony, captured in moments of torment. In the center of the room stood a decrepit carousel, its horses frozen mid-gallop. The sinister melody of a music box drifted through the air, sending shivers down my spine. A chill ran through me as I realized the truth. These were not ordinary decorations. This house held the memories of those who had once been here. The very souls of the tormented were trapped within its walls. Panic surged through our group, and we hurried back the way we had come, desperate to escape the House of Horrors. But the layout had changed, the once familiar corridors now twisting and turning like a labyrinth. It was as if the house itself was alive, toying with us. The whispers grew louder, now forming words. They were pleading with us to stay, to join them in their eternal torment. Shadows danced around us, coalescing into grotesque, shifting forms. My friends screamed as they were pulled away one by one, disappearing into the inky darkness. I stumbled through the maze-like corridors, alone and terrified. The walls seemed to close in around me, and the air grew colder with each passing moment. The photographs on the wall sneered at me, their eyes filled with malice. Finally, I found myself back in the room with the warped mirror. My reflection grinned back at me, but it was not my own smile. It was the twisted, malevolent smile of the house itself. I reached out to touch the mirror, and it yielded like liquid, pulling me into its depths. I was submerged in darkness, surrounded by the anguished cries of the trapped souls. I could feel their pain, their despair, and it threatened to consume me. But I couldn't give in. I had to find a way out. With sheer determination, I pushed against the mirror's surface, willing myself to return to reality. Slowly, agonizingly, I emerged back into the room, gasping for breath. The mirror shattered into 1,000 shards, and the whispers ceased. I was alone, the house finally releasing its grip on me. Tears welled in my eyes as I stumbled out of the House of Horrors, the carnival's lights blinding me after the oppressive darkness within. My friends were nowhere to be found. To this day, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they were consumed by the malevolent house or if they managed to escape like I did. But I do know that the House of Horrors was not just an attraction. It was a portal to a realm of unimaginable terror, a place where the line between the living and the dead blurred into nothingness. I left that carnival, vowing never to return, haunted by the memories of that night. And as I walked away, I couldn't help but wonder if the House of Horrors still stood, waiting to ensnare its next unsuspecting victims, its dark secrets hidden behind its decaying walls.